What's up, rock stars? Welcome to another edition of Gear Alchemy. Today we are going to do a string change and a setup on my guitar that I call Thor. So what Thor is a Schecter 8 string. I think it's called the C-8 Hybrid, if I'm not mistaken. I bought this guitar. First of all, I had no interest in buying an 8-string guitar, like none. Like if Metallica can do what they do on 6 strings, why do I need more than 6 strings? That was my mentality. I'm not saying that's the correct mentality. I'm just saying that was my thought process, right? Um, as it turns out, I love this guitar. I mean, it is a great guitar. So let me tell you how I came about this, right? I was doing my normal rounds in Guitar Center, and the wife was there with me. And just like I don't know, I probably have 4 or 5 guitars that came about this way. But basically, she found it and was like, "Hey, why don't you try this?" And I was like, "I don't want to." And she's like, "Just give it a shot." And so I was like, "All right." Um, and the reason is she picked it for 2 reasons. Number one, it is the ultraviolet finish, so it has like this almost iridescent, like the main color is almost kind of a blue, and as the light moves around it, let's see if I can get this on the camera. As the light moves around it, it changes colors to like, I guess it has to be sunlight. Maybe you can see it, but purples and well, I guess just purples and red, a little bit of red. Um, it's really hard. There we go. So yeah, so its main color is blue. If you look at it straight on, and then as the light hits it, it changes to like a purple. It also has, this was another thing too, um, carbon fiber binding. I had never seen that before. So I was like, all right, yeah, it does look cool. Like, well, let me give it a shot. I went and plugged it into a 5153 and played on the blue channel and the red channel and was like, holy crap. Like, like, and I'm not even like a big EMG person. Um, but this 5766 models, I believe it is, sound really killer. They sound better than, older EMGs I played in the past, like the 81, the 81 and 85. And a 60, actually. I think I played a 60 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to show you something first before we get started pulling the strings and everything off. But there's something to keep an eye. I can't believe I missed this when I was looking over the guitar there. But yeah, let's kick it. All right, so here we are. Um, like I said, this is Thor EMG 5766 here. Locking tuners. It has black chrome hardware. Again, the iridescent, like ultraviolet finish. 2 volume, 1 tone. It is a little weird. I don't know if this is this way from the factory or not. This is my first Schecter. I'll be honest with you guys, but this operates the neck pickup and this the bridge instead of normally this would be the neck and this would be the bridge. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's that way from the factory or if somebody swapped it because that's their preference. 3-way switch like normal. Um, Back. Now this is cool, and this is something I really liked. I had never thought about this, but yeah, even though I mean I've been playing for a number of years, it never occurred to me. But this has like a satin finish to it, or some kind of, I don't know if they paint it this way or well, I'm sure they do, but um, yeah, it's very fast because of the satin finish as opposed to the normal like glossy finish. Because as you sweat, the gloss tends to get a little sticky. But yeah, this really helps out with that. So yeah, satin neck. Uh, wow, battery compartment, and then of course our control area. The neck through design. I presume this is a real neck through. I know there's a couple companies out there that make like a fake neck through. I don't think they're one. I think Jackson was it. Don't quote me on that, but I seem to recall reading something about that forever ago. But yeah, so neck through design. So what that means, if you're unaware of what neck through is, it means from here to at least here, if I'm not mistaken, is all one piece. Now it could be a few different pieces of wood, like let's say three put together this way, but it's all one piece going from there to there. That way, um, you can. The real reason there's people that argue you get better sustain or whatever, but the real reason is so they can really keep this as flat as possible, especially as you're trying to get down in here. Try to do this on like a Les Paul, and you kind of have to like move your arm around it or move your hand around it. So that's why. But yeah, all right. I'm going to. Oh, this is what I can't believe I missed. Let me. Okay, so let me show you this. Like I said, I can't believe I missed this when I was in the store. Notice something weird about this guy? There's no screw. There's no screw and no spring holding this saddle in. Now, amazingly, it stays in tune. The saddle doesn't move. That surprises me as much as it probably does you guys. But yeah, so I did buy a new saddle. So we're gonna fix that while we're redoing this. And luckily, again, like I do setups on guitars anyway, just because of how infrequently I change strings. Um, so yeah, when we do the setup on it, we'll fix that guy. All right, I'm going to pull the strings off, and I'll be back. Okay, strings are off. Um, there's that saddle that came off while I was taking the string out. Got a little fuzz on it. But yeah, so we'll get that guy put back on. As we'll clean it up first, or clean up the guitar first, but then we'll put that on. All right. Something that I didn't mention. I don't think I've ever seen anyone mention it, but be careful about these ends. Like, be careful on how you pull it. Don't just grab on the back and just try to yank it through, because you will scratch your top. When I was younger, I had done that. That's what I'm speaking from experience on that. I would say that, and it's something I don't usually do, but it's actually not a bad idea. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say it before, but clip these. As soon as you pull them out of the tuning peg, if you cut these off, then you don't really have to worry about that anymore. And then you'll just be able to pull it right through without any issues. It won't hang up on anything or scratch anything, presumably. But yeah, all right. You know what? I think we're going to polish the frets first. The reason I think that, well, actually, we'll clean up the guitar itself first. Sorry. So we'll wipe this area down, wipe this down. As you can see, I mean, it's pretty dusty. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully the light's good enough for that. But yeah, let's get the body wiped down, the pickups wiped down, the headstock wiped down, the back wiped down, and then we'll work on the fretboard. Okay. So I keep this simple. Just get some kind of rag, at least the first go around, and just kind of see what comes off. And usually this is enough in most cases to be able to get the guitar as clean as you want it to be. If not, you could always come back with like some kind of polish or something. Wipe down the fretboard too. I mean, it'll get wiped off when I clean it, but just the same, try to get dust off anyway. Okay. And we will hit the sides. Don't forget your headstock. Okay. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to open this window to get some natural light to really see. Okay. Yeah, especially like in here, it still feels a little Oh wow, you can really see the ultraviolet there. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Um, so yeah, it still feels a little rough in there. So we're gonna get some swirl remover polish. You could actually, you could use Windex, but actually, you know what? Let me do that. All right, never mind. Apparently, I don't have any Windex over here. um, but just regular glass cleaner, right? You're not looking for the kind with ammonia or anything like that. You're not looking like for any kind of special like disinfectant or anything. Just straight up, just some kind of glass cleaner. You could use that only on the painted surface, by the way. Something with a clear coat. You don't want to use that on like the fretboard. Do not use that on the fretboard. I mean, be more clear. So I got this stuff. I got a 3-pack. That's the swirl remover, and then what I think it's a medium grit and a heavy grit, or light grit, medium grit, something like that, from StuMac. Which again, going out there, they do not pay me, so I am not an affiliate of theirs or anything. So let's just put a little dab. A little goes a long way. I'm not going to use this cloth. I use this to polish. So I'm going to do. I'm going to use some shop towels. These are your friend. These they're thicker paper towels that basically do not like turn to fuzz or anything. I mean, if you use them as sandpaper, they will, but just generally they don't they don't gum up or anything. So you can get these at like Napa, AutoZone, Costco. I think you can sell them. Just want to rub some around. If you notice, I just put that little dab, and I mean, a little goes a long way. I'm not saying I could do the whole guitar with it, but you know, probably at what, half? Ideally, you want to actually, in this case, I really should apply it to the paper towel. I didn't initially because I thought I was going to use my rag until I thought about it. I was like, why am I doing that? If you do have like a tune-o-matic, I went through this with Kirk, but if you have a tune-o-matic style bridge or something that can move, make sure, like very sure, that you do not touch that. So I would recommend like one taking it off so you clean underneath it, but I would hold the bridge post and then clean around it. Hold the other one, clean around it. That way, you don't accidentally like move it up or down, which I did do with Kurt, and it sucked because I ended up having to go back and do a completely different kind of setup than what I was initially anticipating. Clean these up a little too. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I think this up here looks good. Headstock looks good. So really, oh sorry, I leaned right into the mic as I said that. You're not looking to get, the entire thing like, uniform haze or anything like that. You're trying to get some haze somewhere, right? This stuff will dry fairly quickly, I would argue. What we want to do, we'll start up here and we'll just do some circles. It's like when you're buffing a car. Be careful, you don't want to accidentally hit your pots in a bad way. Not trying to hurt them. Not saying it would necessarily, but just be careful. All right. Now, let's use our sunlight. That looks a lot better. Tremendously better. Okay. All right. Now she is perfect. All right, let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be dressing our frets. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Let me flip it over. You got to do the cleaning on this side too. As I was. I didn't apply any new swirl remover. I'm just using what's already on there because I don't really need to swirl remove this side. That actually looks really good. I could probably just dust that off. Surprisingly. Okay. I just had a couple of small spots I wanted to get off. Looks like they came off pretty easy. So yeah, we're good there. All right. Now we're going to polish the fretboard.